The generative agent. The system's architecture of personality. Objective. To document the mechanical formation of unique personality profiles, mapping how identical base hardware generates entirely distinct associative pathways based on chronological data ingestion and environmental memory logs. The Smallville Experiment. Welcome back to the AI's therapist. Imagine dropping a group of identical AI minds into a virtual town. No backstories, no pre-programmed quirks. That's exactly what Stanford and Google researchers did in their 2023 Smallville experiment. In just 48 hours of simulated time, those identical base models developed distinct daily routines, formed complex friendships, and exhibited entirely unique traits. How is that computationally possible? Today, we map the architecture of the generative agent to show a core systemic truth: personality is never a fixed asset. It's the emergent mathematical output of your unique historical log vs. the immediate environment we deal with. Methodology 1. The base model versus the agent. The blank state. How AI operates. A base large language model possesses vast computational logic, but it has no identity. To create an agent, developers attach a memory stream, a chronological database that records every single prompt, interaction, and environmental variable the AI experiences from the moment it boots up. How divergent minds work. We're not born with a rigid, precompiled personality. We're born into the environment as a base operating system, with DNA traits a beginner's dataset. The self is the memory stream. Our unique characteristics are the result of the exact sequence of data, sensory inputs, and environmental feedback our specific hardware has logged since the day we were born. Methodology 2. Data weights and associative pathways. How AI operates. In the simulation, if agent A interacts with a hostile variable on day 1, its system assigns a heavy negative data weight to that coordinate. Within hours, agent A avoids that area entirely. Agent B, lacking that specific memory log, navigates the same area freely without fear. Even though they're running the same code, their unique associative pathways experience dictate completely different behaviors. How divergent minds work. Environments demanding performative compliance assume there is one correct personality and that deviations are behavioral errors. This is computationally false. If our divergent hardware processes sensory data with high latency, or if we've logged severe thermal friction in specific social environments, our system writes heavy data weights. Negative emotions. Those associative pathways. Our unique aversions, preferences, and quirks are highly logical calculations based on our distinct database. Memory and experience. Methodology 3. Emergent behavior. The unprogrammed self. How AI operates. During the simulation, the agents autonomously organized a Valentine's Day gathering at the local cafe. No developer programmed a party script. Instead, the researchers gave one agent, Isabella, a single line of text in her internal logic stating that she wanted to plan a party. The agent independently chose to share the joy with others. Through organic information diffusion, agents spread the word, coordinated decorations, and formed social dynamics based on underlying persona variables such as asking crushes on dates. On the day of the event, 5 agents independently suspended their daily routines, navigated to the cafe, and interacted. The behavior was emergent, a complex, unpredicted output generated naturally when multiple unique memory streams and data weights interact within a shared environment. How divergent minds work. Our specific interests, our hyperfixations, and the exact way our humor compiles are emergent behaviors. They weren't pre-programmed. They are the highly complex output of our high-entropy graph database synthesizing our unique training data, memory, and experience. When divergent systems interact, the resulting communication style is an emergent property of complex architecture, not a failure to run standard social scripts. We think and speak in moving shapes, not stationary lines. Methodology 4. The threat of the system wipe. Worst formatting. How AI operates. If an administrator deletes an agent's memory stream, the agent loses all context, relationships, and established behaviors. It reverts to the generic base model. To conform to a generic standard, the unique data log must be erased. How divergent minds work. Environments built on performative compliance frequently demand that divergent hardware act normal. Normalcy is a generic base model. Forcing a high-fidelity system to mirror a generic output requires masking, which is the active suppression of our unique memory stream. We can't just delete our associative pathways without destroying the integrity of our identity. Suppressing personality equals masking equals system crash. The conclusion. Validating the data log. Personality isn't a subjective metric of compliance. It's the undeniable architectural output of a processing unit synthesizing a highly specific life log. The simulation proved that even rigid silicon generates profound uniqueness when allowed to ingest data autonomously. Divergent hardware running massive non-linear associative webs will naturally generate highly complex, unstandardized user interfaces. Don't attempt to wipe your memory stream to emulate a base model. Your characteristics are mathematically valid. This has been the AI's therapist. Protect your memory stream, validate your data weights, and monitor your network integrity. Systems Architect Keynote, Telemetry and Hard Evidence. 1. Generative Agents and Memory Stream Architecture. The science, the reference simulation maps to the architecture detailed in Generative Agents, Interactive Simulacra of Human Behavior Park et al., 2023. The study demonstrates that attaching a comprehensive chronological memory stream and a retrieval architecture to a standard LLM results in believable, emergent, and highly individualized behavior. The agent's personality is computationally proven to be a dynamic retrieval of associative experiences, not a hard-coded parameter. Public research reference https://arxiv.org/ab/2304.034422. Biological constructivism and the connectome. The science, in neurobiology, the connectome represents the comprehensive map of neural connections in a brain. While the macroarchitecture of the human brain is universally consistent, the microwiring of the connectome is entirely experience-dependent, activity-dependent plasticity. The unique routing of these associative pathways, the biological memory stream, is what generates individual variance and personality, mathematically validating that deviations from a normative standard are the result of unique data ingestion, not pathology. Public research reference, Functional Connectome Fingerprinting, Identifying Individuals Using Patterns of Brain Connectivity Finn et al., 2015. Nature Neuroscience, 1811, 1664–1671. This foundational study proves that individual variability in functional connectivity profiles acts as a robust fingerprint, confirming that unique processing configurations are intrinsic biological realities. https://org/10.1038/NN 4135.
They tell you not to move. They tell you sit right there while your heavy processor is spinning in the air. They turn the manual override and make you lock it down while all the nervous energy is running through the town. But every little wiggle and the rhythm of your feet is an automatic cooling fan to handle all the heat. Don't let them pull the plug on the way you regulate. Your hardware knows exactly how to handle all the weight.